What's up, people? It's your boy Rashad, back again with another video. Today we're going to be reviewing The Last Jedi, Star Wars Episode 8. I'm here with my boy
Jarrel.
So without any further ado, major spoilers as usual, let's get into the video. So I'm not going to go into the whole of the movie bit by bit, just going to highlight the bits that I liked, what I didn't like. Firstly, I just want to talk about the first battle, the space battle that happened. What do you think of it?
Boy, I thought it was fucking sick, man. Probably one of the best Star Wars intros into a film, I thought.
Yeah, I'd say that.
I thought it was pretty sick, man. Probably got a feel like how Finn is as a pilot, like even though you kind of got on before, like, but
it was Poe.
God damn it, nigga. Goddamn Poe, man. So you got a feel of how Poe is, man. Poe killed it, man.
Like, you got to see how good of a pilot he actually is. Like, I've never seen like fighter pilots like that in any Star Wars movie. It was crazy.
Yeah, but he was just, I don't know, man. He was moving like, obviously everybody was like the same kind of talent as him. He was sick, but like, bro, you can't expect everybody to be fighting like that. Man's just like, let's go. No, we need to carry on. And it's like, come on, man. Too much, bro. Man.
He took a lot of risks, and it showed obviously the consequences in further in the movie. But that whole opening sequence, I thought was just beautiful. I thought
it was banging.
It was very well done. Even the jokes at the beginning.
Yeah, I thought the joke was hilarious. Was that when he
tried to call Hux and he was just like, hold him. Yeah, that was.
So I'm sorry, I can't hear.
That's like, people might have like problems with that, but if you watch Star Wars, that's the kind of humor that they have. Like, to me, that's what I feel like in it.
People like, I don't know, I was chatting to my friend about it and he was saying that he didn't like that scene still.
Why?
He didn't like it at all. He said it was too jokey. It's too jokey for the film. Now, like, don't get me wrong, like, I thought it was jokey, but yo, like, when you got things like Thor Ragnarok coming out and busting joke like every 5 minutes, bro, like, that was calm.
That was calm.
No problem. That was light-hearted for me. That was banging. Like, don't overkill it. It was the first 5-10 minutes of the film, and then they bust the joke. Like, that was calm. And then it wasn't really jokey after that. So
not too much anyway. It didn't bother me anyway.
Nah, that was calm.
But yeah, just like, and the scale of it as well. The fact that it felt a little bit like Rogue One. The fact that people were dying, so many ships were getting destroyed. That whole bit with Rose's sister, that was sick.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah,
like with her trying to detonate the bombs. I'm not going to speak about the physics of bombs.
Yeah, because
they went through space.
They dropped in space. That was a bit mad.
Now let's talk about Rey and Luke. So Rey obviously went to find Luke in the first movie, found him, and the first thing you see him do, he didn't speak or anything, he just threw the lightsaber. Now that's Anakin's lightsaber. Yeah, that thing killed younglings, bro. Younglings, bro. And he just threw it over his shoulder like it was nothing. She got it back, but I don't know, that was the only, probably the jokey thing that I didn't really like, maybe because it was such a serious moment. Like, he hasn't seen this lightsaber in time.
Man didn't ask where he got it. How she got it?
No.
Nothing. Man just dashed it. Yeah, I don't know, man. But then, it does talk about, like, obviously, like, the whole not meet your heroes kind of thing, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, it was sick though, man.
He's a terrible teacher.
He's a terrible teacher.
He's such a bad teacher. Rey's powerful. Like, I think this is one of the most, like, you see power, not that, I'd say, not in, like, comics or games or anything. Like, this is the first time you see, like, a fresh Jedi, like a Jedi prodigy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a prodigy. But yeah, he didn't want to teach her at first, ends up teaching her, says he's going to give her 3 lessons, ends up giving her 2. And the ones that she did give her, she probably would have figured out on herself, because she's smart. She felt a pull to the dark side, but she never was consumed by it. She just was curious about it, which probably the best way to get balance in the Force, to be honest.
At least, like, encountering both and then picking.
Yeah.
Because Jedi don't do that. They teach you to avoid it completely. It's avoid the dark side at any cost, bro. But it's not about pick. So now, when she even did the little thing, remember when she actually went down into the little dark hole?
Yeah.
She actually approached the dark side and realised that she could only see herself. And maybe that was because she was true to herself, innit?
And then that was it.
There was nothing else in her soul.
Nothing else happened with it. Like, which was good. And the whole Kylo Ren and Rey having that connection, that was sick.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that because you just saw them both like from going up, like Rey was like this, like hating him, and then for her to just bring down to like, it was crazy. Like it was only a few scenes where it happened, but there was so much that happened in those scenes, like to change Rey's mind about Kylo Ren. Like it was crazy.
For the whole fucking like scene of that, like I was just thinking, are they related? Are they brother and sister?
Oh yeah, I remember.
What the fuck? Why have we got this connection? And then remember there was a scene where I swear Luke and Leia had a kind of connection, and then them lot had it directly after. So they proper try and make it seem like, oh yeah, we're brothers and sisters. It's just me and you.
But that's what they do, little twists.
But then it was like, do they love each other?
Yeah,
it's like a love interest.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But I did enjoy their connection, and I feel like they're very relatable. Like,
yeah, he gave her the insight she kind of probably was looking at, and then he gave
all the answers that she needed. Not even the answers that she needed, but at least the promise to go and find those answers together in it.
And then
Luke didn't do no such thing. I don't even think he betrayed her. He just was true to himself. He wanted her to come to his side.
He brought it to him.
He what?
He remember he brought it as soon as she came in the pod. There's troops outside, bro. The right.
Yeah, but she knew she was going anyway. He brought her to Snoke. She knew that. He said, "Come to me and Snoke," and she knew she was going there, but she thought that Kylo was gonna help her take Snoke out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he did. So he actually, and then all he did was ask her to join his side. She said no, and then he didn't try and kill her or anything like that. He just tried to get the lightsaber from her.
Is it just me? Yeah, but they didn't show how she got away.
From what?
From that, like after like they were fighting and stuff, it was like a next scene. She'd managed to get away.
Yeah, because they split the lightsaber. There was an explosion.
Yeah.
And Kylo Ren woke up and she wasn't there, so she had woken up first. And she took the Falcon and then went to help others. Yeah. The only thing I would say I really didn't like is not the fact that Snoke died. I liked the way he died. That was a very good scene. I enjoyed that a lot. That
showed how powerful Kylo Ren was.
Yeah, and this movie showcased how powerful Snoke was.
How did you not hear it turning though?
Because he was focused. He was holding Rey down. He was feeding off their feelings and searching their feelings to know what was happening next.
And I didn't hear the
Bro, it didn't make no sound.
It did. I heard it.
Nah.
I swear on my mum's
did not make
life,
no sound.
I heard the thing turn, bruv, in the scene. Nah. I heard it scratch the surface of his chair.
You saw that?
No, it didn't.
And then
because I heard it and I was like, bruv, what's he doing, bruv? That's what I remember. I remember specifically.
And Snoke was talking at the same time.
Yeah, he was talking. Fair enough. But even still, like, it's right in his deformed ear, bro.
But yeah, I didn't like that he died without us knowing too much about him, and I don't want it to be like told in a book or a comic or anything like that. I wanted to know a bit more about Snoke. Like they built him up in Force Awakens to be this villain that could possibly be stronger than Emperor Palpatine.
That's what they said. That this is how much more stronger is he?
I don't know how much more, but they was going about it like he was stronger. He's been around for thousands of years. You can see his face is fucked up. So my theory is that he's not dead and he's died before. He might be Plagueis. He might be just coming back. That's the only way that will make him dying better. I know obviously it was to elevate Kylo to supreme leader, but I feel like I just need to know a little bit more about him.
Yeah, definitely.
As a villain, because otherwise it's just like Defenders all over again. Like you build someone up and then they get Boba Fett, bro. Now let's talk about Finn and his little side storyline. Like John Boyega, that's my guy. Like he's sick. Finn in this movie had a smaller role. I believe it was a smaller role.
Screen time was still quite occupied though.
Yeah. But it was like he didn't, in the grand scheme of things, he didn't do much. I'd say that.
His role in the film was practically like literally just, there was no need for it. It's completely unnecessary, bro. Completely.
So we're talking about...
He left it. He left obviously on a mission.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Because the whole Casino Planet thing, that's one thing that I didn't like that much. So I didn't hate it because I understand why it was there and the message that it's
filler. It's filler.
But it did seem a lot like filler, and because obviously the plan amounted to nothing in the end, it was like a big
man betrayed them. Man betrayed them completely. They went all the way there to get someone, they didn't get him, and then they got someone else, and then man betrayed them in the end.
And then they didn't actually need.
And they didn't actually need them
anyway.
And the plan that that bitch said she was going to...
Oh, Holdo.
Yes,
Holdo.
bro.
She got people killed,
Let's
you
go
know.
into this. Let's go into
She actually got people... If you think about it, the fact that she didn't tell Poe the plan then made Poe agree to the plan of Finn and Rose going off on their own mission. And then obviously they're running away from the Empire, the First Order, sorry. And ships are getting exploded. Like, people are dying.
Dying. Very, very dead.
You know what I'm saying?
Permanent death, bruv. They're not coming back, bruv. It's fucking terrible.
Benicio del Toro betrayed Finn and Rose and told them that the shuttles were flying off onto the planet. That's what got people killed the most. And if Holdo had told Poe the plan, he would have known that they were taking shuttles off.
Exactly.
He would have told Finn and Rose to go and try and jump onto the ship and disable the hyperspace something or that hyperspace tracking device. Yeah, he wouldn't have had to do that, and then obviously they wouldn't have got betrayed, and then people wouldn't have died. So Holdo killed all those people that didn't make it to planet.
The worst thing is the pure ego based.
Yeah,
Completely.
there's no reason.
It was, she just didn't like Poe, bro. That's the only reason why she did it.
I wouldn't even say it was plot. It was literally just like she didn't like Poe.
Like,
So she told no one.
I'm not going to tell you. I've got a good plan, but I'm not going to tell anybody. I don't need to. Why should I? I'm the leader now. Yeah. I'm the second coming. That's the application. She was not on it, bro.
So yeah, it was that was stupid. But apart from that, I like the mutiny. I like the fact that Poe was getting angry and when he called her a traitor, and then she died saving them with that big when she split the ships using
yeah, that was lit, man.
Going to warp speed. Yeah,
yeah. She
like
earned it back still with that move.
She earned it back a little bit, but Poe didn't say I feel bad for calling you a traitor and shit.
Secretly, I don't know. You would say it's Poe's fault. For revolting, but then at the same time,
he had a reason to.
He had a reason to
because of the information that he had at the time.
Anything, I'm on the ship. My life is in your hands.
Exactly.
Along with however many people.
He
on the ship.
want involvement in the plan. Yeah. He just wanted to know that there was one, and she didn't even give him that. So.
And when they were peppering it, bro, remember they were peppering, killing off everybody on the ship, bro. Peppering up the ship. Peppering. The thing, but everybody's dying. But even if they had an evacuation plan, bro, it was
everyone died. No one made it off them little shuttles. There was no more shuttles. What do you mean?
The rebellion is amount number of 5 now.
Yeah, that's what I liked as well. A lot of people died and it showed urgency. So there was stakes in this. There was a lot of stakes.
There was stakes, but I feel like there wasn't much connection to the stakes. That's the only thing. Yeah, a little bit. Like, I know the rebellion was there, but it's not like you had rapport with people that actually fully died, other than the sister.
They're called the Resistance.
Oh, yeah, the Resistance. Yeah, the Resistance.
I just want to quickly touch on Leia and her use of Force powers.
That was sick.
You enjoyed that?
Sick, yeah. I like that still.
And I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I felt like it's time to show that Leia can actually do something.
Yeah, man. She had a little connection to the Force from before. It's been years in between. Who's to say that she hasn't improved upon that?
Yeah.
And built that shit up. Like, she knows it's hard times now. She got to start training and shit. Like, yeah. But it was mad that she did that kind of unconsciously. Like,
yeah, that shows that she's powerful, which is
that's kind of.
And I thought she died. Yeah, I thought like it was like a little memorial thing to Carrie Fisher. I thought when the ice started going on her face and stuff, I thought it was just literally like a goodbye to her. I didn't realise that she would survive throughout the whole movie.
Maybe it's more of a metaphor, like she'll live forever kind of thing.
Maybe they did because I heard that she wouldn't die. Yeah, but they would have like reshot it because that in the space it would have been CGI. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I don't know if she filmed all of her parts before she died or they, I don't know, added in extra stuff from before. But yeah, it didn't seem like she was away from the movie for like a real big amount of time. She wasn't in a coma for a long time. But yeah, R.I.P. Carrie Fisher.
R.I.P. Carrie Fisher.
Now, Kylo Ren, dare I say it, is probably one of the most layered villains Star Wars has ever had. Like, he's relatable. You can see the conflict in him all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Like, Adam Driver's a sick actor, and the fact that he's not even flip-flopping. He seems to be on the side of the dark side, but his whole motto is just kill it all. Like, destroy the past, just end it, which is a good metaphor to have, like a good motto to have. And the fact that he stood his ground and didn't conform to the light side after that, the same way that Rey did stay on her side and stay on the light side. Like, they're both as determined as each other. They're literally like mirror images, which that's amazing.
And he's quite relatable to Finn as well, because Finn was on in the First Order and then he left, and then obviously remember how in the first scene, obviously when it was The Force Awakens, when he sensed the conflict in Finn.
Yeah.
And then now
They didn't really touch on that, but
but Snoke sensed the conflict in him as well.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised he didn't sense it more, because that's like
so enough to do
dangerous.
something. Yeah, that was a bit. So to see one of your stormtroopers have that much conflict in them while you're trying to get people slaughtered, you shouldn't have walked away from that. But he did.
But he probably dealing with his own shit.
Yeah. So he let that go in it. But even when you go into Kylo's backstory of how Luke tried to kill him and shit, I know a lot of people had problems with that.
That was sick.
But I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
That was sick.
The fact that Luke created Kylo Ren because he was scared of him and a little bit dipped into the dark side. Because remember, Luke defeated Vader by fucking going into the dark side. You saw that wasn't fucking happy thoughts he was thinking when he was fighting him. You know what I'm saying? No matter what anybody says, bro.
Think about squirrels and shit, bro.
Nah. Man was trying to take man out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Luke has been known to dabble in both sides of the Force, innit? And the fact that he saw how much power and how much suffering Kylo was going to cause, it made sense for him to, for just a second, think that killing him in his sleep was the right thing to do. Just the way that after he chopped off Vader's hand, he was going to kill him. And then he thought, no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So he had the same sort of crisis of faith in it. But the fact that made Kylo then turn completely to the dark side.
Nice little twist, though.
Yeah.
It's a shame, though, man.
Why?
Just be a better teacher, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah, man. Just
like, don't try and kill your fucking Padawans in their sleep, bro.
Is it that hard? Is it that hard?
Why does every fucking Skywalker have a problem with the children?
Leave the younglings alone.
Leave them alone. God damn.
So Luke obviously didn't want to be a teacher at first. He was traumatized by what happened with Kylo Ren and his previous students. I still want to see the Knights of Ren because he did leave with some people, so maybe we'll see him in the 9th movie. Yeah, Luke, he was a terrible teacher. He wanted to go to the island to die, which made no sense because he also created a map that led Rey to the island in the first place. He wanted to be alone. He cut himself off from the Force itself. And he was just teaching Rey all the wrong lessons. He was telling her the Jedi needed to die. But
not telling them what to come from it and what will be next. Or,
or giving her an idea of that. Like, she would have to obviously come to her own conclusions, which she's very smart, as I said. So she probably will come to some sort of solution and hopefully it's like grey Jedis, like Jedis that use both light and dark side. And just like completely balanced in the Force, because that's what it's supposed to be, not supposed to be one side. Yeah, Luke did say the Force is not exclusive to the Jedi. They shouldn't cover it like they do. It's in everything, fair enough. But as soon as he saw that she was going to the dark side, man flipped out. Flipped out. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even stop her, but he flipped out.
That's not good as a teacher, though. Like it.
And he was just not giving her the answers she needed, to the point where she actually had to fight him and beat him in combat and then choose her own way anyway. The only thing I think he did to redeem himself was when he fucking Genjutsu Kylo Ren, bro.
That was fucking live. Oh my days.
I wish I had noticed it, but I was just too busy watching the action. Like.
Yeah, man didn't lay a hand on him. Man, that was sick. Shot at him from the flipping, what are they called?
From the walkers. I'm not gonna name their names because I'm gonna get back hate. So the walkers, in it, they're called the walkers.
Terrible. I'm not even strong with the Force like you in Jedi in them Jedi knowing stuff.
I get names wrong all the time, so I'm not even gonna attempt it. Okay.
So that was sick. Peppered him and didn't touch him at all. I kind of noticed like towards the end of the fight when I noticed that like Luke's beard was like brown, and his hair was short. And I was like, bro, why does he look like the last time he saw him? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And then obviously it cut away, literally just after that, it cut away to him being on the island, chilling, sitting down, having a little juice in that. Just fucking killing himself slowly, bro. You know what I mean? With Force.
And I've seen people complain about why did he die. Like, Kylo Ren already said if Rey was doing that whole bridge between their minds thing, it would have killed her. It would have killed her. And Luke at that stage was more powerful than her, apparently. Rey showed way too much power for me to even believe that.
Yeah, just very untrained.
Just raw power. But I guess Luke will be more masterful in that sense. And him almost astral projecting himself millions of light years away onto a planet and make everyone believe that he was there.
Yeah.
most powerful Jedi mind trick ever.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And he left a little fucking even
the dice.
even the dice.
Even the dice.
Man, simulated jewelry, bro.
I don't understand. Man kissed Leia on the head and everything. She probably felt it because she's force sensitive.
Yeah.
So she would actually feel his presence there. But bro,
man kissed her a message saying, "You need to go."
Yeah, like that was the last time I saw him. He died from it, which I was fine with. He was a shit teacher anyway.
Yeah, he was shit.
I enjoyed seeing Mark Hamill back in the role, but as Luke Skywalker,
yeah.
I don't have the same nostalgic feelings towards the original trilogy as a lot of people do. So I can see it in I have to say, much more critical eye, and he wasn't one of the best Jedi.
Prequels all day, bro.
Yeah, doing...
Prequels fucking...
Don't hate me! Don't hate me!
Prequels, bitch!
Now, Finn, in an act of righteous rage, decided to... I just want to talk about the part where he decided to fly straight into the... what was it? There
was a cannon, isn't it?
The cannon. What the fuck was it? See, I'm terrible with names. So anyway, the miniaturized Death Star weapon, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He decided like all the pilots were flying towards it, trying to destroy it. They weren't getting anywhere. It had already activated and was locked onto the blast doors. Finn decided to fly straight through, which would have been sad if he had died, and I would have felt it if he had died, because that would have been like the end of his arc. But it would have been a very good end for him. You know what I'm saying? Rose saved him and then kissed him, which I didn't even realize that she was starting to have feelings for the kid. But
I think as well, it's also like kind of a bit of a hero thing, because she
idolized him already.
Yeah, and she's gonna die, and it's like, I can kiss my hero even though he's not really my hero anymore because he tried to escape in the pod before and I had to taser him and stuff. Like, yeah, it was still kind of like, let me kiss my hero before I die. And that was cool. There was a kind of little thing between them, and he was kind of helping her on the ship.
So she's obviously going to catch feelings, which I didn't see, but I can understand.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I've seen comments saying that obviously it looked a bit awkward, like she was kissing her brother. But remember, Finn has them strong feelings for Rey. So he was just a bit taken aback.
Yeah, he's like, no, Rey?
So now I think they're going to do a little love triangle thing, but we'll see how that goes out.
I don't know, man. I don't think she'll stand. Rey was looking at him like, you chocolate motherfucker. Looking after that chick.
And they do care about each other a lot. They do care about each other, which is good. Like, their chemistry is really good.
Yeah.
I wish they had more screen time in the movie.
Yeah, definitely, man.
This is more about her, like Rey and Kylo Ren, more than Rey.
Yeah.
So hopefully they bring it back.
Well, she definitely loves him off there.
Yeah, because she was even asking Chewie, like, if you see him, like, tell him. I wonder what he did to them.
And even before, remember, like in
Trooper Dick. So really quickly, I just want to talk about the fight that the little team up battle that Rey and Kylo Ren had, which was amazing. I've always liked the prequel trilogy because of the way that they've shown lightsaber fights and stuff. Like in the original trilogy, it was very stiff, and a lot of people may like it. I personally thought it was just a drag to watch sometimes, unless it was like when Luke was using the dark side and shit. But in this movie and in The Force Awakens, you can see like they're not completely skilled. They're not to the point of the prequel trilogies where they're jumping around and shit, but you can see the progression. So I'm saying it's a bit more realistic and stuff. It's not just hitting each other like the lightsabers or baseball bats. Like, and that fight was just amazing. You can see how powerful Rey was. Even Kylo was struggling, and she wasn't struggling that as much as him, I'd say. And what did you think of it?
Obviously there was no lightsaber to lightsaber fight in it.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, man. I was a bit upset. I can't lie. I wanted to see some lightsaber and lightsaber action, proper skills with two people that are just like affiliated with the Force. But yeah, it was still good. Like they had a little tag team, cut down a couple man. Like it was alright. Like I liked it still. But at the same time, man, I want to see some lightsabers hit each other, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. But it was good. I liked it still. But yeah, I did want to see some proper like fighting, like. But yeah, they hold it up. They hold it up for their own still. And
we're not going to talk about Captain Phasma because obviously the director didn't care about her enough to even give her anything to do.
Who's Phasma? She came, she left. That was it.
Quick
thing.
Right, so I'm going to give my ratings for this movie. I would give it, out of the Star Wars films that I've seen, which is all of them, I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Shit, yo.
Strong. Strong 9 out of 10.
Strong.
Strong 9 out of 10. Like
What,
a
you
low
based it on
9 out of 10.
prequels?
I'm basing it on all Star Wars movies that I've seen and that I've enjoyed. And I have enjoyed all of them to a certain varying extents, but
Force Awakens or Last Jedi?
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi. I say that as well.
I think it was better than the first one in a lot of ways.
Personally, I feel like these three are never going to be prequel level in it.
You don't think that? I feel like they're better than the prequels. The prequels are very cheesy at times. And they
Yeah, but
they
it's a
did have
different
lot of flaws.
time. Like,
I know.
So
And these
feel
can
like
be cheesy as well, which is
perfect.
what I'm talking about, the Star Wars humor. But I feel like these movies are very relevant and they have a lot of layers to them. You know what I'm saying? A lot more than maybe the original trilogy or even the prequel trilogy. If that makes sense. But yeah, I would say a 9 out of 10. What would you give it?
I feel like I'm going to be awkward and say like 8.5.
8.5. That's right. That's fair enough. That's a good movie. Anyways, guys, those are our thoughts on The Last Jedi. Thanks for watching. Comment and let us know what you thought of the movie. Subscribe, like, all of that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace out.
Taylor about the fucking flex.